YouTube, welcome to today's video. I am going to be doing my August wrap up, and I read in total 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 books, which I think is amazing. So we're going to start with the books I have, and then we'll get into the other ones. So the first book I read, actually first two, but they completed the series. And the first one was The Heir by Kiera Cass. This was the fourth book in the Selection series, and I've always raved about them on my channel. I've actually today, when filming this, have uploaded a book tag, which I used their series in probably about 3 times, maybe 5. 3, somewhere like that. And I loved it. I personally did not enjoy this book. The only reason I continued in the series was because something happened to one of the characters that were prominent in the trilogy. So let's get on to the next book, which is The Crown by Kiera Cass. I enjoyed this book because it reminded me a lot of The Selection. I loved the book. It didn't really focus on anything really negative. I really liked it. Compared to The Crown, The Heir, it wasn't the main character. I don't know, I just liked her better in the Crown. I think part of it was because she actually learned something for once. So that could have been it. But that's that. The next book I have is Looking for Alaska by John Green. I actually bought this in the month of August and read it in the same month. I bought it for Booktubeathon. I bought it during Booktubeathon, and I read it also during Booktubeathon. And it is one of my new favorite books in the entire world. I love it so much. There's been a history of drinking problems within the family, so it hit home, and I really liked how they talk about teen drinking and how impactful it can be. So yeah, that was one of my favorite things, and also the fact that there's a map in it. Just hits it. Sends it home. I love the book. I love the cover. Love everything about it. No complaints about this book. I did give the 5 out of 5 because it's one of my favorite books in the entire world. The next book I read was actually a reread. This is also by St. Arthur by John Green, and it's The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I love this book. It's basically about the girl who has cancer, and her boyfriend, basically, her boyfriend and her mom go to Amsterdam to meet a writer, and it's really good story. I really liked it because it's not very much about that she has cancer. It's about her going on this journey. So that's one of the main reasons why I reread it, because I was hesitant to read it at first when I was first picking it up, because I was like, oh, it's gonna be another cancer story, and I already read one of those, and it was very cancery. I didn't really enjoy it. It was a good book, but just not what appealed to me. So yeah, the next book I have is a book of short stories, basically, and it is The Tales of Beetle the Bard, and I really enjoyed it. It was really fun to just read. I read this also during the Booktubeathon. Many of these I read during the Booktubeathon, and I really enjoyed that. They were really good to break up the stories break up all different worlds. So I could always have this one just to send her back in. They were written by J.K. Rowling, and they were like fairy tales that were mentioned in the books, and so it was cool to see where they came from, or to see them in their entirety. The next book I've actually I want to say the first manga I've ever completely read. I've read graphic novels before, but never mangas. And then that was Black Butler, Volume 1 by Yana Toboso. I don't know how to say that, but I thoroughly enjoyed this novel. It was really good. I really liked it. I also really like the fact that it was so short and it still captured my attention. Because normally with short books, I get very distracted very easily. So, I was thoroughly enjoyed the figuring that out. Then the last physical, or it's not the last physical, but last one I actually have in person is the Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris and Alec Asman. It was a very good book. I read this during the year-a-thon, and the challenge was to read someone else's favorite book, my little sister's favorite book, and I actually really liked it. It got me back into World of Mystery. And so yeah, I can't wait to read more of it. I love this series. Okay, and now into books I don't have or read or listened to. And the first book I don't have is Solo. I have read this book one time before, and I thought it would be easier to read. And it was a pretty easy read, but like, it's just not as effective. It's your first time around, and plus it was written in verse, so like it was easy for me. I read this during the Booktube-a-thon. So yeah. The next book I read was Vintage Satan Centers. This one was actually recommended to me by this guy named Luke. He goes to my church. He plays guitar in the band, and I play guitar as well, so we just naturally talked. I went to camp this past summer, and he was there, and we hit it off, and we talk a lot, and we talk about guitar a lot. And so we were driving back. He's a reader. Like, we're just like best friends, basically. And he was reading this book called Vintage Saints and Sinners. And basically, it's about 25-ish different people who changed the way Christianity was and is. And I listened to it. It was really good. I liked it. I didn't really have any like sole purpose for reading it, except for the fact that it was recommended to me and it seemed like a good book to read, and it was. It never really like hit home. Like, it was a good book, and I liked certain ones, but not all of them. So overall, the book was pretty okay. And the last book I read this month was The Kissing Booth. I listened to this one as an audiobook, and I might be rereading it because I have the ebook currently from my library. And so yeah, that. I did not like the book. I like certain aspects of the book, but not a lot of the aspects. Because in the movie, if you haven't seen the movie by now, where have you been? In the movie, he is very Lee is very non-supportive of a relationship with Noah, and there are no rules. But I think that was a good thing I didn't think that the rules were necessary in the book as well, because they are very open with each other. And she's like, yeah, I just kind of kissed your brother. He's like, okay. And so yeah, I liked the fact that Lee was more kind and more supportive of Elle when she needed it. And I also really liked the fact that she was very, very, very supportive of him, because a lot of times when people like other people, I'm doing this from experience, but not from me, but from like seeing this happen to people, like they tell somebody, and like, you can't like them, like, you can't. So yeah, I've seen like random friends be like, oh, I like this one, that person's cute, and they're like, no they aren't, why do you like them? Like, it's just a whole ordeal. It's just like, it's a person, it's a human being, get over it. So yeah, that's what I read this month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If I remember, I will leave a link down below to my Booktube-a-thon vlogs, because in those I talked a little bit more in depth about each of the books I read during Booktubeathon. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you want to see next, and subscribe so that way you can see my beautiful face every Tuesday, and a little bit more towards the end and beginning of the month because I post more frequently then. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. If you want, you can go check me out on Instagram and Twitter. I'm over 200 followers. Like, it's crazy to me because I'm just a child. I'm just a small town kid. How the heck do over 200 people want to know who I am? So yeah, I'm gonna be posting more frequently on there. So yeah, I want you guys to go and subscribe if you would like. Follow me if you would like. And you can go follow me also on Twitter. It's the same handle for both, Mary B the Nerd. I will try and remember to link it down below. And if you guys want to, you can go over there. I don't really use Twitter, but sometimes I'll post polls, and you guys have a longer period of time to answer. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. Good night.